Alright, so today we're looking at a EDC light, one that I don't think has a whole lot of use for police or security work, but could have a little bit of use for off-duty, especially if you're not looking to spend a lot of money.
Where are you going? Get out of the way!
So now, I wouldn't ordinarily do a review on something that isn't particularly applicable for police or security work, but in this case, a lot of people ask me about USB rechargeable flashlights. So when Thorefire asked me about doing a review of this particular USB rechargeable flashlight, I figured it would be a good opportunity to kill two birds with one stone. So USB rechargeable flashlights, the reason that I don't particularly like them is that I find that they tend to be fragile in the recharging point. I always prefer one that docks onto a docking collar, so that way I can recharge the light without having to take the batteries out or without having to plug something into the side of the light, which is always an entry point for water and tends to make the light less durable. That's why when you have flashlights that you have to replace batteries on, or you have to take the battery out in order to charge it, they always come with extra washers for you to put in the part of the light that you're taking out to pull the batteries out, so that way the light stays waterproof long term. Now with a USB rechargeable light, the main problem is that you have to put a hole in the side of the light to put the USB in. So the way Thorefire has done it in this particular light is they have put it under the light head. You actually have to unscrew the light head completely off of the flashlight in order to get to the USB recharging pin. I'll show that to you right here. See this? Now it would look like you'd be able to just unscrew the light head a little bit and be able to plug your micro USB into that to charge it. So you look at this, the light head, even without threading it on at all, already covers the micro USB charging point. So if you try to unscrew this just far enough to get to it to charge it without having to take the light head all the way off, it doesn't work. The light head actually has to come all the way off in order for you to charge it. Now once you get the light head off and you want to charge this flashlight, all you have to do is plug it into a micro USB, and when you plug it in, a indicator light comes on underneath the white retaining ring. A red indicator light comes on if the battery is charging, and a blue one comes on when it's fully charged. So at least that's pretty convenient. And the micro USB is on the other side of the gasket so that it stays waterproof, at least on the short term, unlike some USB rechargeable lights that have the USB right on the body where you've got a little plug that you're going to open up, a little rubber gasket that you're going to open up and plug it in. And those tend to go bad really, really fast, like they do on all electronic devices. So this flashlight doesn't have a tail cap. It actually, underneath the tail cap, it's just like an old mag light where you open it up and the battery's inside. It takes a 18650 or 18650 if you're a cool guy battery. Those are pretty cheap and available as rechargeable batteries, and you should only really ever have to buy one for this since it's rechargeable, and you're probably not going to be using it as an everyday basis thing at work because of the overall size of it. I think this is really aimed toward the EDC market, and at a little under $25, it kind of falls in that price point pretty well. If you're just going to take the dog for a walk, you need a light to throw in your pocket, or you're going to take a light that you're going to give to a little kid when you're going camping, or you're going to go looking for something in the back of your car, this is kind of the perfect option for that. It's pretty light. I carry it around. I don't even notice I have it on me. It's rated at 800 lumens. I will show you here in the video. So first we're going to look at these two flashlights in some standard tasks that you would find in police and security work, just because that's what we use here on the channel. First is my Streamlight Stinger LED, and in alley you can see it gets pretty good throw, not a whole lot of flood. This is the normal thing with duty lights. They're made to take the lumens that they're putting out and throw them. Now with the Thorefire tk12, just like most Thorefire lights, they're made more for flood. So you can see here in the alley you're getting a lot more flood, a lot more situational awareness right around you, but not a whole lot of throw at all. Next we're looking inside of a car. This is a minivan with standard Mopar tints on it. You can see my Streamlight Stinger LED. It's a 350 lumen duty light. It is designed for throw, and so it punches through tinted glass and makes one bright white spot. Next we're going to show the Thorefire tk12,
You can see you get a little more glow inside the car. It's not as good as some of the other Thorefire products that we've reviewed, but it would definitely get the job done being able to look into the back of a car if you had to see if you had forgotten something back there. Finally, we've got our parking lot, or 40-50 yards from the road to the building. The first light is the Streamlight Stinger LED. You've seen it before. It does pretty well throwing to the building and makes a nice bright white spot. And then the Thorefire tk12, you can see, well, first you can see my having problems with the UI switch on it because I'm not used to it. You can see how it doesn't throw as well as it floods right up in front of the user.
Now, the highest output on this light, because of the size of it, you can see how small it is. It gets the light pretty hot pretty fast. You can imagine an 800 lumen light that doesn't have a whole lot of cooling fins. It's designed to be small and to be a little EDC light is going to heat up. So I found that after a couple of minutes, the light cuts off and you have to let it cool off. Now, at medium mode, this light stays on indefinitely. It stays on for, I think it's like an hour of runtime at medium, which is about 250 lumens. So that's still a pretty effective EDC light if you need to use it. Let's say if your car breaks down and you're going to be shining this into the engine compartment of the car. 250 lumens will get the job done. For an hour will hopefully get the job done. You don't necessarily need the 800 lumens, but if you want to be able to light up a huge room or light up the front of your house as you're walking up to the door, it's nice to have that 800 lumen option. Now, this light comes on with a long press of what would normally be the UI button on a flashlight. So there's this little UI button, this little steel button on the light head. You long press it and the light comes on, and then short presses bring up the intensity of the light or down the intensity of the light. It's a pretty simple and intuitive UI once you get used to it, although if you're used to a tail cap, it might throw you off right at the start. So if you think this would be something that you'd be interested in, put a comment down below because we are giving one of these lights away. All you have to do is be a subscriber, give us a like, and give us a comment on this video. And in a couple of months, we will have another video where we do our giveaway of this light, and we will choose one person at random. Maybe I'll have my daughter choose the person at random again, and we'll ship it right out to you. Until next week, you guys be safe and take care of each other.
I'd like to thank all the Patreon supporters, and especially the Shift Supervisor level Patreon supporters that we have listed here. Your contributions are what allows free field training to continue on and become better. Thank you.